Hello, Kaniz. Hey, thanks for being here with me today. Thanks for agreeing to that interview. How are you doing?
Hi, Johan. I'm doing great. Just logged off from work and getting ready to meet you.
Oh, thanks. So, maybe a little bit about yourself, who you are, where you're currently working, and what's your role.
Um, I have been working in the Salesforce ecosystem for more than 2 years as an admin. I love being a Salesforce admin, doing low code stuff and enhancing the whole Salesforce implementation, Salesforce support for my end users, for the business users, and anything Salesforce. I just love being there, doing my part.
Thanks. I think this is actually how we found each other on LinkedIn by being Salesforce enthusiasts. And you told
Yes.
me that you recently started coding. I think this is actually how we found each other. Tell us a little bit more why you, as an admin, started to learn code.
Um, I love being an admin, to be honest, but to learn to code is something I feel that everyone should try their hands on. There are personal reasons on why I thought of learning to code. While doing admin stuff, I realized that we should be able to, write some SQL queries. We should be able to understand some code, do some debugging. It just improves our usability and it makes us more credible. And also, especially if you want to design some solutions for your users, for your clients, you can say when to code, when not to code. You can also, personally for me, I wanted to learn the underlying architecture of the Salesforce platform to be able to understand what goes on behind the admin, apart from being the admin, what goes on behind in the platform, how the order of execution works, how things get executed. So all these things led me to learn to code.
This is lovely. And you only have been part of the Salesforce ecosystem for 2 years and you already learned to code. I mean, when should you start to actually learn code? Why did you do it that early?
I had tried while I was learning Salesforce. Um, I had completed my administration training and I was doing hands-on. But somebody told me that you should straight away start with coding because the coding is more in demand. But I listened to someone and I tried to learn a bit, but I could not because I did not know how an admin works. To be able to be a good developer, you need to be a very good admin first, because that's how the users look up to. And that is when I decided that I would be doing what I love to do. But to learn to code, you should be you should be knowing the Salesforce platform for at least 2 years, 1 to 2 years, or probably more than 2 years. It is a personal preference. I have seen a lot of people cross train from other platforms. So it's up to us. We can decide. But for me, it was, or maybe for anyone who is new to coding, who's never coded in their life, I would say be an admin, be a good admin. That's what will make you a good learner, to be a good learner as a developer.
Thanks. This is actually something I'm an advocate all the time. Also, I think even somebody who has 10 years experience as a coder should become a good admin the same way around. So I would
Okay.
also do it this other way around. Somebody who's been a developer for 2 years should also become a good admin. Don't skip one of the other. As
Yeah,
you,
that's true.
as you say, we all work on the same platform. So, but now
Yep.
this is, how did you get started coding? I mean, it's such a great,
Um,
an impressive task.
Yep. Being an admin makes you realize sometimes the need to code. If you want to do many changes in your system, if you want to write some trigger, if you want to write queries, SOQL is something you can learn even without learning the classes. But the dealing with the API names and everything, it makes you feel if you try to do those, it makes you interested that, oh, I should learn this as well. So that's how I started to decide to that I need to learn to code. I need to learn how things work, and I decided to start step by step. Um, um, I can say, yeah, I started off with my developer bootcamp, which is organized by Trailhead. I had, while I was waiting for my Rad Women approval, my boot camp was on. And I am a part of Rad Women, and I've been very fortunate to start learning coding from my Rad coaches. Also, I feel that watching few videos, there are a lot of good videos on development, especially you have David Kelly's Apex Academy, you have Apex Hours on YouTube. They have ample of stuff, and you can watch and then decide if you really want to do it, and you can decide for yourself after giving it a go. Like, if you want to go for it, or it's up to you. So that's how I decided to
Ah,
code.
okay. And this is how you got your baseline knowledge, I would say, or like the basic understanding. You started with SOCL. I think this is very common. SOCL is something which is very helpful, I would say, on a day-to-day
Yep.
basis. And then once you got your basic understanding, how did you progress to become even a better developer?
Right now I am in the basic understanding stage, and I'm doing parallelly. I am in my Rad Women um, coding classes, and through my developer boot camp, I have received immense knowledge from my Trailhead instructor. She's been very good, and that's how. Once you attend the sessions, even if you don't understand 100%, you try to learn, you try to see what was it, how is it done. And also, if you want to learn on a side by side note, I would say that you can try being the first level support. As you said, you can be a first level support at your work, and you can try debugging the code and learn from there. I really like that idea, the way you suggested. So you can you can volunteer for a cause, supporting a cause while being their developer, learning from them, learning from senior developers in the team. Yeah.
Oh, so you're already still in your process of getting a better developer. But this is something, I mean, I was scared. I only started developing, I think, 8 years into my Salesforce career, 7 years. I was always really scared that I didn't study development. I didn't study IT. Did you study IT?
I did study IT as a part of my engineering. It was electronics and telecommunications major, but you also get a lot of exposure to IT related subjects. And I started off my career with IT company, so I learned a lot.
Aha, you have been lucky. Would you say somebody who didn't study IT can also learn to code, especially on the Salesforce
Um,
platform?
I feel yes. When you specify Salesforce platform, I feel you can learn. You may not like to do JavaScript. Don't get me wrong, JavaScript lovers, or but
Yes,
you may not.
you have somebody here who is a JavaScript lover here.
Yes, you may not want to go really deep into learning too many languages. You can go step by step. Like, if you want to learn to code, what is coding? What exactly is the purpose? It what it does? What is the syntax of the language you're learning? What are for loops? What are loops? Why do we use them? What logic are you going to implement? And basically writing pseudocode, learning what's a collection. So if you want to learn all of this, don't go all in. You got to be step by step, do one topic at a time, practice it, and then you can, get going. It takes more time, but it's worth it.
Ah, you take one topic and you try to understand it, not even implement it, but just step by step. And we also talked about our shared love on podcasts before. Tell me about your podcasts or listening to content.
I like to listen to podcasts while commuting to work, and also while I'm cooking in the kitchen. It keeps
We are
me
the
in the
same
loop.
there. I do the same when I cook. I all the time have these headphones and I listen to Salesforce podcasts.
Yeah, I put on my speakers on the kitchen island, and I go that way so that I can listen to kids what they are doing as well. If I put on the headphones, I might not be able to listen to what they're doing.
Yeah, sometimes I'm
Yeah.
so lost in the podcast that my partner has to call me, like on my phone.
Okay.
I
That's
get
how
your
you're gonna listen, or you get a phone. So
yeah,
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 it's important.
yes. Maybe I should try the
Yes.
speakers, like you say.
Yeah, it's a good idea. You can actually multitask if you have speakers. Yes, but if you're traveling, of course, you can use the headphones. That's the best option.
What do you, but it's coding. I mean, people say you would have to see the code. What do you get out of listening to podcasts for coding?
Um, Different experiences from different people, how they ended up learning to code, how they thought that they would never be able to code, and they are actually really good developers or really good architects. So motivation, podcasts keep you motivated. They listening to people's stories, their journeys keeps you going to learn more and more, because everybody has started from somewhere. We all are not born geniuses.
This is a good point. This maybe also, is it sometimes frustrating for you to learn to code?
Um, if you are short of time, you might find it frustrating. I would recommend you only learn to code if you can put more time to learn. That's how you can be motivated. If you have time, you'll be more happy to learn than frustrated. So if you are short of time, give yourself some more time and then organize things and then go for it.
Yeah, this is a good question. I'm personally the type I need like 2 to 4 hours in order to get started. Are you the 30 minutes at a day or rather like 4 hours a week? What do you prefer?
Um, I am probably at this moment. I am probably 2 to 3 hours a week. I cannot commit 4 hours, but yes, 4 hours is eventually what I would love to do.
Mhm.
Because that is the least amount of time you require. You can give more, but yes, throughout the week, whenever I can put in my time, probably at least one of the days on the weekends or Fridays or after work, if I have some more energy to learn something new, or yeah, so that
Yeah.
way.
Yeah. As my personal experience is very much for me is for me, I have almost no value studying for 20 minutes in the evening for coding. It's too complex for me to just study 20
No,
minutes.
you cannot devote 20 minutes. You'll only end up 20 minutes in finding some topic to learn and decide on it. And then you'll be like, my 20 minutes are over.
Yeah. I think it's different for admin stuff. You can learn in smaller chunks, I would say.
Yeah, admin stuff, 45 minutes to 1 hour is like you can actually do a small trailhead module, but for a small trailhead badge, sorry. But for coding, a small module, a small topic in a trailhead badge, if you want to like go to the trailhead badge, that okay, I'm going to study list collection today. Um, you will read through it, but you will also like to go through other resources, watch watch small videos and examples. So that would not suffice. 1 hour was 20 minutes to 1 hour would not suffice being there for the developer. Like you can add on more time, and I would suggest you can implement a little bit chunks of code. Like if you are studying for a topic called, say, list, as I said, you would like to create a list, implement that as taking an example, and then go ahead with to another topic, rather than just reading through, doing the questions, and then, oh, I've done the badge. That's not going to help if you want to learn to code.
You say you do the theoretical part, but you also try some hands-on, maybe read other
Yes.
documentation. So it takes some serious dedication.
Yes, a combination of reading the documentation, watching a video related to that topic, and then implement that. Take any example from your real life, or there are plenty of coding assignments online available. So take anything, follow anything, and do that topic in that sense. So that's how it will make you more strong in that concept. And the next time you learn the next concept, you are not going to forget the other concept which you learned.
Yes, yes. I always forget the concept how to use properly for loops in Salesforce. I have to admit, I have to Google it like every single time, but maybe I didn't.
Google is our best friend.
Yes. What do you think about copy paste code? You know, the Stack Overflow solution.
Copy paste.
Do you often copy paste code, or do you rewrite it from others?
Normally, I like to type it. If it is for my practice, I would like to write it from scratch because I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I agree there. I only started doing that a year ago. A friend told me that even if I copy code, I literally write it out in order to make it part of.
Yeah, even if you copy the code, you gotta change things according to your instance. No two instances are similar. No two orgs are similar. No two websites, blogs are similar. So if you have a sample code, you gotta modify it, and you can keep that as a reference, and you can try taking ideas from there, and maybe that way you can implement. That's what is more efficient, I feel.
Yeah, I feel my originally I copied the code and made it work. You know, copy paste. This was not a good approach, I want to say. A better approach is like you say, take it as an.
Yeah, I tried doing that as well, but I learned my lesson.
Yes. And then you. Yes, it's a great lesson to learn. So, and you recently started a new job. Did knowing to code help you there?
At the moment, I am in my training phase. I have no I cannot comment on this at the moment. So, but it will definitely help me in future. It's this job, any other job, or anywhere. As a person, having an extra skill set is always a boon, I feel.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And to wrap it up here, what is your next goals? Are you going for becoming a developer or a functional consultant, or are you becoming a CTO, or are you becoming an architect? What's your vision for?
My long-term goal, probably if long-term is next 2, 3, 4 years, or not 10 years, or maybe 2 years, I would like to approach the application architect on the left side of the pyramid. Yeah, so my next target is platform developer one, to be able to understand how the platform works and to be able to write a little bit of code and then move on to understanding how the data architecture is there, how the security affects the whole solution designing. And I would love to design the solutions as an application architect.
Ah, this is a great goal. Thank you very much for your interview. I think we can wrap it up here. I think you gave a lot of us great inspiration that admins should try the hands-on code. Thanks a lot for being with me here today.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much, Johan, for giving me the opportunity to share my thoughts. And I really appreciate it. And I'm glad to speak about something which I can relate to. And thanks again.
So, and people can reach you on LinkedIn and Twitter, I guess, under Kaniz Memon.
Yeah, I am not on Twitter. I am on LinkedIn, and I love being on LinkedIn. So never felt the need to be on Twitter.
This is a good point. Okay, so thanks a lot. And I think with that, we can say goodbye. Goodbye. See you next week.
Yep. Thank you, Johan. Have a nice day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.